comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here from a Funko podcast, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing about the huge news that Funko made about New York Comic Con 2021 exclusives. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, I am going to be talking about the huge bombshell type news that Funko had announced, at least today as I'm recording this, which is the day that Funko made the announcement, which of course is the day before this video you're watching gets released. And Funko had announced an update on their social media platforms, I think all of them being Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, on the update as terms to New York Comic Con 2021 exclusives, which of course everyone knows that normally we have three big conventions as terms to Comic Con exclusives, which are Emerald City Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, which this year was called FunCon, and then we have New York Comic Con coming up in October. And Funko had provided this photo right here on their social media platforms, a huge banner on the top and the bottom of the photo saying update, and then it shows New York Comic Con, the date of when the convention is happening, and then it says Funko plus Loungefly. And I will actually kind of move over to this way, I guess, into which you will see the actual Funko blog of what exactly they wrote, which I think is the same thing they wrote on their social media platforms also, because I am reading this on Instagram. So what Funko wrote was, Funko New York Comic Con 2021 update, with a bunch of, I guess, siren emojis on each. We want to provide the best convention experience we can for fanatics, and to do that, we have decided we are not going to be present in person at NYCC. We will still be hosting a virtual convention filled with giveaways, live streams, and more. Funko is also excited to announce that we will be launching a virtual event in partnership with ReedPop, which we are eager to share more details about in the near future. Funko Virtual New York Comic Con will take place October 7th to October 10th, 2021. We'll reveal more details about our 8th virtual con soon. Hashtag virtual con, hashtag Funko at Loungefly. So first off, I kind of want to kick off this discussion by mentioning that I kind of figured already that we were going to get another virtual con. Now, there are a couple factors to this, because first of all, there is the rise of course, the Delta variant going on for the ongoing pandemic. And I feel like Funko would just rather possibly just have a virtual con in case New York Comic Con last minute decides that they are going to cancel their event, because this is the first event essentially all year round that essentially had not postponed their date, and that when they announced that they're going to happen in essentially the first weekend of October, I believe, that it essentially is going to happen that weekend, and that they're not going to delay it like a lot of the conventions that have happened. Another reason why I think it's a smart idea that Funko had decided to do virtual con is for the fact that to get in, you actually have to be fully vaccinated, and you have to have proof that you're fully vaccinated in order to get into the convention, even if you've already bought your tickets, which I feel like there are those people out there for sure that they have the vaccine, but there's people that are kind of against the vaccine. So making it a virtual con is smart, because Funko can cater to both the vaccinated and non-vaccinated customers, and that people can just buy them online, especially through a lottery system, and that it can just get mailed out to their place. Anyone that's also wondering, ReedPop is the company that runs the whole convention of New York Comic Con, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they also are the ones that run Emerald City Comic Con that usually happens in March, but I'll get into a little bit of detail what's going on with Emerald City Comic Con this year. And I'm not surprised about the whole partnership with the online virtual con, because I think that happened last year, if I'm not mistaken, because I felt like wasn't a couple of those like Pizza Rat and Polly Pigeon Pops only exclusive to the ReedPop website? So I think it's just them announcing that there's going to be limited piece count pops and or sodas that are going to be on the ReedPop website, and you can only access it there via, I think probably like you sign up for a lottery and you get some sort of code, like if you were to join the Funko lottery. Another thing I wanted to actually bring up about this whole thing is the fact that I think New York Comic Con is actually going to be the first convention that Funko has exclusives for that are actually going to be released on time of when either the convention would happen or it is happening that weekend. And I'm saying this because if you've noticed the calendar year this year, Emerald City Comic Con was originally supposed to happen in the first weekend of March. However, because of the pandemic, they decided that they would postpone the dates to the first weekend of December instead. And then Funko did not release the exclusives during the first weekend of March. They actually released them, I believe, the second or third week. Then we have WonderCon, which was originally supposed to take place at the last weekend of March. However, they decided to actually cancel the convention overall and not postpone it. And with those exclusives that Funko would have, instead of having them released at the end of March, they would release them in the end of April due to shipment delays. And then we have ourselves San Diego Comic-Con, or what is called FunCon this year, where San Diego Comic-Con was originally set to take place during one of the last weekends of July. However, they have postponed their dates to sometime in November, instead of releasing them actually during the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con of when it was originally supposed to take place, or actually during that weekend they had San Diego Comic-Con at home. Funko decided to make kind of their own convention called FunCon and release the pops and sodas, and I guess Loungefly items also, at the beginning of August. So that makes New York Comic Con the first event all year round where Funko will be able to release the exclusives on that weekend, whether New York Comic Con decides to keep going despite the rise of the Delta variant, or it gets canceled overall once again. Now, of course, as of yet, Funko has not announced what exclusives are going to be revealed for New York Comic Con per se, but if I were to predict correctly, normally Funko likes to announce these Comic-Con exclusives for New York Comic Con per se, usually either the first or second full week of September. And I notice a lot of times when it comes to Comic-Con exclusives, usually Funko has kind of like a quiet week of they don't really announce anything because they're getting prepared for the convention. And this week specifically, as I'm recording this, has been really busy as terms to announcements. They had a Dengar Funko Pop, and then they had a huge announcement yesterday, as I'm recording this, of sports announcements through NBA, NHL, WWE, just a bunch of announcements. So it could possibly be that we might get the reveals as early as this upcoming Monday, September 6th. But I wouldn't be surprised if they wait a week later until the week of, I believe it's September 13th to September 17th, due to Funko always liking to reveal the exclusives 3 to 4 weeks before the actual convention happens. So expect either the week of September 6th or the week of September 13th for Funko to announce New York Comic Con exclusives, which of course I'm sure a lot of people like myself are excited for New York Comic Con exclusives to still happen, considering that even though San Diego Comic Con / FunCon, I guess you can say, is normally like supposed to be the best Comic Con all year, as terms to Funko Pop exclusives, normally Funko kills it with New York Comic Con and has like the best exclusive pops all year round at New York Comic Con. So I'm excited to hear New York Comic Con exclusive pops announced soon. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video about the announcement about New York Comic Con and the exclusives from Funko, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let me know if you are excited for New York Comic Con exclusives, and let me know what pops you hope are happening for New York Comic Con. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm outie here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.